All right, so this is basically a preset where I went and explored the world of Mesa or Mesa Boogie amplifiers. I don't use them too much in real life. I had a Mesa Studio preamp in the early 90s and big rack system. I never really seemed to get along with it too well. And I kind of always veered towards vintage Fenders, Marshalls, Vox, and things like that. So this was actually kind of fun to explore, do a little bit of research on these amps and do this. So one of the things here is that I've got two of these sounds are actually out of the Triaxis, the little rack mount preamp, and then two of them are different versions of the 2C Plus and 2C Plus Plus, with a couple little things that shows you I'm thinking more early 90s with these sounds than anything else. So the first one is Triaxis. Let's go to the amp. All of these are being run through the Leon Todd TV Mix 7 impulse response. I've got it as a link underneath this video. It's free on the Exchange. I'm playing my 2015 American Standard Strat with a Sir DSV humbucker in the bridge and two Seymour Duncan Antiquity, one I guess, the original style Antiquity pickups in the neck in the middle. As far as processing, I'll be on all the time. Most of these have this little bit of plate reverb going on. Barely hear it, and there's just a little bit of this delay. You almost might not even be able to hear it in the video. It just makes it kind of feel bigger. And some of the lead sounds, I'm using the Aurora delay, just to kind of get that Andy Timmons kind of thing going on. All right, so our first amp here is the USA Pre-Clean. It's the Triaxis Clean channel. I've got two variations on that. One of them is this chorus sound with a whole bunch of delay. Very early 90s kind of thing. And then the other one is just a compressor. Kind of hear that noise, I bet. Without the compressor. As you can tell, I'm kind of living my early 90s session guy dreams with these sounds here. All right, scene number 2 is the USA 2C Plus Deep Bright channel. Some of these I kind of went through and messed with different tubes and saturation. I spent a lot of time on these trying to get them to sound kind of how I would like to hear them on stage. And most of it looks like, as I go through this, I didn't do too much. Some of these, I did like, so this is the GE tubes. Sometimes the Gs can be kind of harsh. Sometimes I like going back to the JJs, the JJ versions of the 6L6s. And on some of these, there's a hardness control, which I turned down. I didn't mess with this. Sometimes on the speaker, I might turn down the speaker compression or turn up the speaker thump. I didn't do that on this one. In the input EQ, there's almost always some kind of low cut, although there's also a low cut in the cabinet block as well. I just really don't like these to get too flubby, and a lot of these just kind of thick and muddy to me. So that's kind of the deal with that one. I wanted something, most of my sounds, I've got a clean sound. I got something that's a little bit past edge of breakup, which is normally, and my clean sound's usually kind of edge of breakup anyway. My second stage gain sound is usually something that's like a 2204 Marshall or JCM 800 that's just being driven just enough to sound like the early 80s, late 70s kind of pop rhythm guitar. So I almost always have that kind of sound. There's really hard to get a sound I liked with that small amount of gain out of these, though, I will say that. I do have a lead sound based off of this. It's just got the king of tone in front of it. This next one is the USA 2C++, and in the amplifier wiki they say that it's kind of based off of James Hetfield's amp, and then it's also based off of some changes that the Metallica sound engineers requested, and so that's what this is. And this doesn't sound like Metallica, I don't think, but it's a pretty good heavy crunch sound. So anyway, I like that one. That's actually, that was like the first sound that I got that I really liked. The fourth model here that I'm using is the other tri-axis one. It's the USA Pre LDD2 Red. And I just want something that was a little bit more saturated, almost kind of Satriani-like. And then a lead version of it. All right, so those are the sounds on my little Mesa excursion. I'm going to continue playing with this one. One thing, a lot of people commented on the Marshall one how loud the levels were. I tend to run a lot of my presets like that live, and they seem to sound really good through my EV speaker. I just kind of like that. There's no clipping or weird distortion sounds or anything like that, but it does actually make everything sound a little fuller for some reason, even through front of house. With this one, I've kind of brought the levels back down to where they're just kind of bumping the red for the most part, just so that everyone's happy with that. Real quick, also, this filter block here, it's just a little 2 dB bump and a little bit of a high cut for the lead sounds. This multi-delay is the Aurora delay, like I said, kind of the Andy Timmons kind of thing for lead sounds. This delay is just vintage digital. I like that with the crunchy sounds. And the reverb is a London plate. For drive pedals, we just used a King of Tone for the 2C Plus lead. And then the compressor was the Studio FF compressor. If you like this video and want to support the channel, please hit like, please subscribe, do all those things we ask you to do. Links to this preset in the exchange will be down below. There's a free preset. There's the link to the IR. There's also a link to our gift shop. You can get shirts and mugs and all kinds of other stuff to help support the channel. Also, I think there's going to be links to my books, Foundations for Guitar, Expanded Blues Guitar, and a whole bunch of video lessons and things like that that I've taught over the years here on YouTube. All right. Have a good day and talk to you soon.